Every day, millions of images are uploaded to Instagram. But how does a single image go from your phone to their servers in just seconds? What really happens when you upload an image to Instagram? In today's video, we will discuss pre-signed URL, how to generate it, how to use it, and how a company like Instagram uses pre-signed URL to upload images. We will specifically discuss about Instagram stories. Let's start with a simple architecture. Here, the client is sending request to the story service. Then the story service is uploading the images to a blob storage, let's say H3 for example. And after the uploading is done, the service will insert some metadata about stories to database. And after the insertion is done, it will send the response back to the client. Here in this architecture, the server is responsible for uploading the images to S3, which is resulting into unnecessary consumption of its network bandwidth and resources. So, to optimize performance and resource utilization, Instagram has decided to delegate the uploading task to the client itself without involving the server. And it is using pre-signed URL to do so. Now let's understand what is pre-signed URL. Pre-signed URL is a very generic concept and it is available in all the cloud service providers like AWS, Azure, GCP, etc. But in today's video, we will focus on pre-signed URL of AWS. So it is a temporary time-limited URL using which you can upload or download object to or from S3 bucket without knowing the credentials of the bucket owner. What does this mean? This means that if you have AWS account, then you can generate a pre-signed URL using your credentials and these parameters. And after the URL is generated, anyone who has this pre-signed URL can upload or download to your bucket within the expiration time. Now let's see the parameters that you are using while generating the pre-signed URL. First one is the bucket name. That is the bucket where you want to upload the object or from where you want to download the object. Next is object key. Let's say the user wants to upload abc.jpg, but the system will store it with a randomly generated ID as it is a common practice in Instagram or any social media. So the object key will be the combination of the storage path and the randomly generated ID. So this whole thing is the object key. Next is HTTP method. If you are downloading, then the method will be get. If you are uploading, then the method will be put. Then expiration time. The default value of expiration time is 3600 seconds, which is 1 hour. But obviously you can configure it according to your requirement. Now let's see one example of pre-signed URL. So here, this is the bucket name, this is the object key, and this is the expiration time. Here we can see some other parameters as well which are added by AWS when generating a pre-signed URL. Now let's see how pre-signed URL is used in Instagram to upload images. Here I have broken the story service that I have discussed earlier into two separate services, image uploader service and story service. But why am I doing this? Because you don't upload images only for story in Instagram. You upload images for profile picture, in DMs, in posts, etc. So the client will send the request to image uploader service. Then after receiving the response from the service, it will upload the image to S3. Then after that, it will send the request to another service. If it is story, then it will send it to the story service. If it is post, then it will send the request to post service and so on. Now let's dig deep into the architecture. At first, the client will send a post request to image uploader service to generate pre-signed URLs. Let's say the API name is generate upload URLs, and it will mention number of images and type of uploads parameter in the body of the request. This number of images defines the number of images that you want to upload for a particular story or for a particular post. Why is this important? Because there is a one-to-one relationship between pre-signed URL and image. So if you want to upload 4 images, in that case you have to generate 4 pre-signed URLs. Next is type of upload. This defines the storage path where the image will be stored. So if it is story, then it will be stored inside story/user1. If it is post, then it will be stored inside post/user1. Here we are using feature/user ID as storage path instead of user ID/feature, because if we follow this standard, then it will be easier for us to apply any feature level policies. Let's say, for example, if we want to delete images of stories after 24 hours, then we can easily apply that policy at this level. Okay. Now, after receiving the request from the client, the image uploader service will generate random ID for each image, and this ID will serve as system level identifier, and this is independent of the original file name. After generating the random IDs, image uploader service will talk to S3 to generate these many number of pre-signed URLs. And after receiving the request, S3 will generate the URLs and send them back to image uploader service. Now the image uploader service will send the list of URLs and image ID to the client. Let's see the structure once. This is the structure of response. Here we can see the list of image ID and URL that the client is getting. Now after receiving the response from image uploader service, the client will directly talk to S3 to upload the images. Once the uploading is done, the client will send a request to story service, and here it will send the image ID that it got from the image uploader service in previous step, and along with that it will send other information like caption, mention, order of images, expiration time, etc. And then story service will insert those data in database. So we are storing this data. Here we are just capturing the data that we are storing in database. We are not diving deep into the database choice or schema design. Now we have understood the write flow. Let's see the read flow. So in the read flow, the client will send a request to story service to see a particular story. Then the story service will fetch information such as image ID, user ID, caption, order of images, etc. from the database. Then it will form the image URL using the user ID and the image ID, and it will send this image ID along with other information to the client, and then client will use this URL to directly download the data from S3. Almost in all of the cases, a CDN is used in front of S3. Here we are dealing with images, so it is better to use image CDN instead of traditional CDN, because image CDN comes with some out of the box image processing capabilities. So we have discussed what is pre-signed URL, how to generate it, how Instagram is using pre-signed URL to upload images, and the write and read flow of Instagram stories. But using pre-signed URL for uploading a file, or for that matter uploading an object, is not specific to Instagram. It is a standard industry practice. So if you have a similar use case where you want to design a system where you want to upload a file or object to a blob storage and you don't want to involve the server, then you can easily use pre-signed URL. That's it for today's video. If you have liked this content, then please like and share this video. For more such content, please subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon. And if you have any queries, any suggestion, any feedback, then please write it in the comment section. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.